Hi, I'm Rick with the All Mission Indian Housing Authority, and I'm here with Natalie in a brand new home. What do you think of it so far, Natalie?
I love it. I'm so excited to finally be moving in, and it's so beautiful, but now that I'm here, I'm a little overwhelmed with how clueless I am about some things. I just want to keep it looking new.
Don't worry, it's perfectly normal to feel a little overwhelmed. The list of things to maintain may seem long and complicated at first, but I promise you it's easier than it sounds. That's why we're here, in fact. I'm going to take you around the house and make sure that you're familiar with the little things that it takes to keep the house healthy and safe.
Sounds good. What do I need to know?
How about we start with a little household maintenance?
I'll follow you.
It's important to catch any leaks in the bathroom early to prevent irreparable damage. Check periodically around sinks, tubs, and toilets for any leaks.
What do I do if something is leaking?
These are common areas to find leaks. Check the seals for any deterioration and simply reseal them with caulking from a hardware store. Every couple of months, check under your sink for any leaks or loose connections. Simply check the connections to make sure they're tight. If your sink is draining slowly, you can check your P-trap. Simply loosen this connection, remove any debris from the P-trap, and then tighten the connection back up. After flushing your toilet, if the water continues to run, just check the toilet basin. All you need to do is remove the lid and check the red stopper to make sure it's sealing properly. If it's not, just adjust the chain to the proper height that allows the stopper to seal. Sink and tub drains can become clogged with dirt and debris fairly quickly. Be mindful of what you put down the drains and clean them out often to prevent clogging and backup. Periodically, your faucet will get clogged. Simply remove the aerator here and rinse out to prevent buildup of fine sediment and restore proper flow to your faucet. To keep your windows looking nice and opening and closing smoothly, make sure you clean the debris out of the tracks. Easiest thing to do is just take a vacuum and clean it right out. Find a safe place to keep your fire extinguishers and keep them out of the reach of small children. Make sure that everyone in the house is aware of their locations and check them once a month to see whether or not they need to be recharged or replaced. It's important to make sure that your garbage disposal stays clean and unclogged. We recommend that you flush it with hot water and baking soda.
How often should I do that?
About once a month. Check the hoses that are supplying water to your washing machine and replace any that are leaking. Occasionally, lint will collect around the dryer vent area. It's very important to clean the lint from around the ducts and vacuum the surrounding areas.
What happens if there's too much lint around the dryer?
Well, a lot of house fires are caused when lint builds up around dryer vents.
Just because you taught me how to use the fire extinguisher doesn't mean I want to use it. Show me how else I can keep my house from burning down.
Be mindful of the electrical wiring around the house. Check for any frayed cords or wires and repair them if necessary. Also, test your smoke detectors every 3 months and replace the batteries every 6 months.
How do I test them?
To test the smoke detector, find the test button on it and push until the sound goes off.
In my last house, my smoke detector kept beeping. Why would it do that?
Oh, well, there are 2 reasons for that. Number 1, it could just use a cleaning. You can either wipe it off and dust it or vacuum it out. Or number 2, and most likely, it just needs new batteries. To change the batteries, twist off the detector from the base and remove the wire. Remove the back cover and remove the battery. Insert the new battery and test. Insert the wire and twist the detector back into the ceiling. Over time, dust will accumulate behind the fridge, causing it to run poorly. Pull back the fridge from the wall, unplug the fridge before you do any cleaning, and then vacuum or dust the vent area as well as the floor behind the fridge. Plug it back in, and push the fridge back in and make sure it's running properly. As necessary, or every couple of months, you'll need to clean the grease filters here underneath the range hood. Simply pull them out and run them under water.
Why do I need to clean those?
To keep the fan working properly, also to prevent grease fires.
Do you have any advice on keeping my house green?
You mean energy efficient?
Yeah.
Well, proper ventilation is extremely important for keeping the house green, as well as maintaining an energy efficient and healthy living environment. The heating and air conditioning is a forced air unit. This is the return air register of the house. Once every 3 months, you need to check or possibly change when necessary the filters.
So, if the filters are dirty, does that mean the air that I'm breathing is dirty?
Not only that, but the dirt can get into the system and burn the motor out, which costs a lot more money in the end. Well, air is circulated throughout the house and comes out these registers here. Occasionally, you'll need to dust or vacuum them out to help with the cleanliness of the air. We recommend that you periodically check the roof to make sure there's nothing obstructing the roof vents. This weather stripping seals doors and windows and keeps air from coming in or out. This material can deteriorate over time, so check it periodically to make sure that it's still sealing properly. When necessary in cleaning your windows, you'll need to remove your screen. Simply pull in, push out, and it'll pop right out. It allows you to clean the screen as well as access the other side of the windows for better cleaning. While cleaning your window, check for any cracks. Replace any broken windows. It may be necessary to give your heating and air conditioning unit a tune-up once a year.
How do I do that?
Well, you'll want to call a professional, have them come out and do that for you. All your outlets in your bathrooms and kitchen of your new house are controlled by GFI or ground fault interrupters. If for whatever reason some of the outlets aren't working, just come over to the outlets that look like this. You'll see a little spot here for a light. If there's no light here, just go to the top button here and push the reset button. You'll notice that the light comes on and all your outlets should be working just fine. The plumbing here runs on a septic system. It's very important to be mindful of the things that you put down the drain and in your toilet. Things like paper towels, cigarette butts, kitty litter, feminine hygiene products, or disposable diapers should never be flushed.
Because it'll clog the septic tank?
Exactly. Human waste and toilet paper are the only things you should ever flush down your toilet. If you have any questions, please refer to your homeowner's manual for complete instructions on how to care for your septic tank.
I'm not sure I really understand. How does a septic tank work?
Wastewater flows from your house to the septic tank. Natural bacteria breaks down waste before being filtered into the leach field. Sandy soil under the leach field absorbs the water and then naturally cleans it. If not properly cared for, solids can build up in the tank, clogging the system. Your tank should only need to be pumped every 2 years by a professional and the filter cleaned once a year. Make sure to locate and familiarize yourself with the main sewer line that comes out of your house. At the main sewer line, you'll find the cleanout, which will give you access to remove any clogs. Your sewer line runs to your septic tank. Familiarize yourself with the location for future repairs or maintenance. Once the wastewater is run through the system and cleaned, it disposes or disperses into the ground through the leach field. Know where your leach field is so you won't park on it or do any landscaping on it to ruin the area. Every couple of months, check your rain gutters for any debris or obstructions and make sure that water is flowing properly. After heavy rainfall, be sure to check around the downspout areas for any debris and dirt that has been washed away. Go to your local hardware store to purchase a splash block, or for a nicer appearance, use some landscape rocks. Be sure to check around the exterior of your house at all the siding and stucco. Look for any large holes or damage you might find. And if you'll notice here that there's all kinds of small little cracks in the stucco, that's perfectly normal. If you have any questions, just refer to your homeowner's manual and the stucco crack policy. Do not store any wood or flammable materials next to the house. Remove any nearby weeds or debris. As a homeowner, you need to know where your shutoff valve is for your water. Here it is for this house. What you need to do to shut off, should you have any leaks or anything, is just rotate it 90 degrees to here and it's off. And that'll shut off the entire water to the house. When you need to turn it back on or the repairs are done, just go ahead and turn it back to 90 degrees and it'll be back and flowing. Feel free to landscape on your property, but be sure that the project drains properly and that no standing water is left against the foundation of your home. Inspect the caulking and seals on the exterior of your house. Replace any that are deteriorating. New homeowners should refer to their homeowner's manual for guidance and tips on maintaining their homes. Inside you will find maintenance guidelines and checklists, warranty manuals, as well as information on operating and caring for home appliances. A home can last for generations if properly maintained. These simple tasks will ensure your home stays safe, clean, and comfortable for years to come. Any questions you have can be answered simply by checking your homeowner's handbook.